Most of us feel that if we could just find the ultimate explanation why the universe exists, why are we here, then we could finally relax. But what if reality is pointing us in a different direction? What if the impossibility of a final, tidy explanation is not a flaw in the universe, but a doorway into a different kind of trust, a different way of living? So today I want to explore why there is no complete explanation of existence and how that insight connects directly with the core logic of or a principle in yogic tradition called Īśvarapraṇidhāna, the art of offering ourselves into the vastness we cannot control or fully understand. So when the mind looks for an ultimate explanation, it's usually not just curious, it's trying to secure itself. If I can know why this is happening, why the universe is here, why my life is the way it is, then I can feel safer and more in control. Right? That's how we think. But then every experience we come up with is another thought, another story, another model. Beautiful, yes. Sometimes useful, yes. But still limited. None of our explanations can step outside of existence to explain existence from the outside. Okay? So in the classical yogic tradition, there is a practice called Īśvarapraṇidhāna. It's often translated as surrender to the divine mystery, divine self, or offering oneself to a higher reality. Practically, it's the recognition that there is a vast intelligence, a wholeness, a presence that this little mind will never fully grasp. And instead of fighting that, we soften into it. When we realize there's no explanation, no final explanation that the mind can hold on to, we stand at crossroads. One direction is anxiety, meaningless, and nihilism. The other direction is Īśvarapraṇidhāna. I bow to the mystery. I let life be larger than my understanding of it. Of course, from a non-dual perspective, what we call Īśvara is not necessarily a being, a divine being out there somewhere. It is the very field of awareness in which every thought, every explanation, every doubt, every insight appears. Notice, every story about the universe comes and goes, but the simple fact of being aware, this awake presence right now, does not come and go in the same way. It is like the screen in which all the movies of explanation are playing. Īśvarapraṇidhāna in this sense is the devotion of the wave to the ocean of awareness. It is the willingness of the mind to stop trying to sit on the throne of ultimate explanations, or I want to be the ultimate explainer, and instead rest as an expression of something immeasurably deeper and almost always inexplicable and mysterious. Great mystery. So let's try this together for just a minute. Bring to mind one big question you have about your life or about existence. Don't try to answer it, just feel it. One big question about your life. Notice the subtle tension, the leaning forward, the need, I need to know. Now gently shift attention from the question itself to the awareness that knows the question. What is it that knows the question? Thoughts may come and go, spiritual ideas, scientific theories, personal stories, let each one arise and fall like waves. and silently sense the awareness that knows these waves. Can I fully explain that? Can I find where it begins, where it ends? For a few breaths, allow yourself to not know. Feel what it's like if, just for now, you don't need an explanation. Instead, let the whole question, your life, the universe, this very moment, rest in something larger than you can comprehend or understand. Then call it or label it Īśvarapraṇidhāna. This simple gesture, letting the need for total control and total explanation, letting that need relax, is a living form of Īśvarapraṇidhāna, surrender to divine mystery. It is an inner bow to the sacred mystery that is already holding everything that you're trying to understand. So, surrender here is not a passive resignation. It is a shift from I must explain and manage reality to I'm willing to participate in a reality that's infinitely deeper than any story I can tell about it. Here, yoga invites us to keep using explanations with their help, but also to let our deepest security come not from an answer or from a final answer, but from the direct felt intimacy with this unexplained luminous presence. That intimacy is Īśvarapraṇidhāna. When the mind finally admits, I don't know why there is something rather than nothing, then the heart has a chance to whisper, thank you. Now I'm free to love this as it is. So, my friends, that is the wisdom of not knowing and surrendering to divine mystery.